What it means to behave. Multidimensional ingenuity in existing in a parentlessness life. Saudaya married Annamalai after her husband died after 1 year. She left her at Chinalapati and lived always in Seremban. There he married another woman and got children. He had a Keep Malay woman. Thus he lived with 2 women in Malaysia, leaving his wife and 4 children in Chinalapati, which happened to be his hometown. He could get his children to prominent families both in Chinalapati and Sithiangkotai. His eldest son, namely Jayasilan, could marry a beautiful educated woman called Kokila from Singapore. He had studied only S.L.C. at the local Devanga school. He was well accepted by the local Devanga people. He owned a Rajdut motorbike and used it as a symbol of power structure, parking it proudly in front of his house. He was running a shop called Kumaran Agencies for 30 years and more, and found no profit at all after 3 decades of running the shop, and later regretted that it took 30 years for him to realize that the Kumaran Agencies he was running was of no use. Then he started a small stationery shop near Dindigul bus stand so shamelessly, and when I happened to visit his shop he told me he should have abandoned the Kumaran Agencies much earlier, and that in the stationery shop more people frequented and more touchy transactions took place. He charged me 75 paise while I requested him for a white paper that I needed to do some writing. Then I was surprised that he asked me for 75 paise. I found him to be funny without showing any kind of maturity or development, which was typical to his family members, starting from his father, who advised me to somehow manage to study just up to SLC. I resented his remark at me and laughed at his ill-willed small world he was living in. Jayasilan's mother once, when I got into their house, said to me, Thevaru, which is a modified way of calling my name, Seka. She used the social situation to express her ill will and obnoxiousness to a growing up boy like me. Her behavior came across to me as a shocking surprise when I was around 8 years old. Later, when I was 12 years old, when my biological father had sent a gold chain to my mom, Jayasilan's sister made it a striking point to visit to Sithiangkotai, a village where we were living. She came all the way from Chinalapati to Sithiangkotai just to examine the jewel that my mother received from Malaysia. At that time my father was working in their family's shop. In the year 1957, when I had just visited India, Jayasilan's youngest sister Mala came to the hut-like house I was put up and did some queer, obnoxious, sexy thing with her sexual organ, putting my finger into her vulva, and made me feel greatly uneasy and made me feel very bad about her motive in the sexually not okay way she put out toward me. I really thought she was an obnoxious girl indeed to do such a thing to such a small boy as me. About his younger brother Pumal I heard only not okay things, such as that when he was studying Puck he used to climb over the hostel wall to go to second show movies and so on. Thus none of Jayasilan's family member ever showed any likable behavior as such. The above note was written by the able transactional analyst hailing from Chinalapati, but who in later year grew up to be a noteworthy transactional analyst among the same community in which he grew up, while others failed to understand what it means to behave. TQ